Sam Altman, who warns that AI poses a risk of extinction to humanity, is also a doomsday prepper. This is an article in the New York Post. The article link is down in the description. This is a really cool article with a lot of interesting little factoids in it that kind of got hidden down in the article. For a little bit of context, Sam Altman was recently terminated from his job as head honcho of OpenAI, and he was immediately rehired due to a huge uproar, I believe, by the investors. Also, before I forget, if you would, like the video, because that tells YouTube that I did a good job and it pushes me out to more people, so I'd really appreciate it. So, OpenAI boss Sam Altman is a self-admitted doomsday prepper who once bragged about his stash of guns, gold, and other survival goods long before he and other experts warned that AI posed a risk of extinction to humanity on a par with nuclear weapons and pandemics. In 2016, a profile of Altman in The New Yorker told about a conversation in which he told two tech entrepreneurs that one of his hobbies, besides collecting cars and flying planes, was prepping for survival in the event of a catastrophe, like a lethal synthetic virus or the onset of a rogue AI that attacks us. Didn't we just have an AI robot attack a worker in a automobile plant? Oh, well, never mind. Forget about that. I try not to think about it too much, Altman reportedly said, but I have guns, gold, potassium iodide, antibiotics, batteries, water, gas masks from the Israeli Defense Force, and a big patch of land in Big Sur I can fly to. The OpenAI executive downplayed his past remarks during an April 2023 appearance on the podcast Honestly with Barry Weiss, telling the journalist he was not a doomsday prepper in the way I would think about it. Okay. All right. Well, I'd say if that's what you're collecting, you're probably doing a pretty good job of impersonating a doomsday prepper, but that's just me. It was like a fun hobby, he said, but there's nothing else to do. None of this is going to help you if artificial general intelligence goes wrong, but it's like a fun hobby, is what he said. Altman's doomsday vision of AI gone wrong is commonplace in Silicon Valley, where a growing number of tech billionaires, as I've told you in other articles, have poured money into post-apocalyptic contingency plans, such as remote bunkers, in recent years. Some, like Peter Thiel, who is the former CEO of PayPal, and Google co-founder Larry Page, have snapped up land in New Zealand. The same New Yorker profile revealed that Altman had a backup plan to fly to New Zealand with Thiel if society crumbled. Critics of tech's obsession with a Terminator-like future, such as Douglas Rushkoff, who is the author of Survival of the Richest, Escape Fantasies of the Tech Billionaires, have taken a cynical view of the recent AI panic. And I mentioned this author in another article that I read to y'all about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, about what do tech billionaires know that we don't about this doomsday planning that they are doing. So these critics argue that the tech industry's warnings of potential Armageddon are a convenient distraction from more pressing issues and a way to secure a seat at the table to shape regulations that will raise the barrier of entry for potential AI rivals. It is also a way for Altman and the other frontrunners to tout their progress towards achieving artificial general intelligence or systems with human-level abilities when current services like ChatGPT are actually just trained to regurgitate information back at you. Rushkoff added. Rushkoff is the author of the book about what all the rich people are doing to prepare for the end of the world. The real problem, he says, with tech bro existential panic at scale is it tends to make them ignore or even exacerbate the problems that are happening right now, Rushkoff told the Post. They're focused on a kind of Terminator endgame nightmare, and for me, it's a way of distracting themselves from the very real and present dangers they pose to us. It's not the AI that's going to set off a nuclear bomb in a fictional future. It's the stuff they're doing right now at this very moment. And he does have a point. I mean, how long before all that happens? I've heard it could be as soon as a year or two before AI becomes aware. I've heard that it's, decades off. So the dude does have a point. Catering to paranoid tech bros has become a lucrative business for some firms, including Rising S, this is awesome, a Texas-based bunker manufacturer that builds shelters and installs them at a customer's preferred location. Rising S sells about 20 to 40 bunkers per year, depending on size and complexity. The company lists prices ranging from $49,000 for its small model to more than $9.6 million for the decked-out bunker dubbed the Aristocrat. Their general manager says that he has sold plenty to tech people. He said there was a rush of sales to customers in Silicon Valley and Napa during the pandemic. It seemed like every bunker we sold, he said, was going out there for about 3 years. Lynch said tech sector customers generally buy larger model bunkers of 2,000 square feet or larger, with bells and whistles like an on-site bowling alley, swimming pools, hot tubs, and biometric entryways. But Altman isn't the only expert warning of potential doom of AI being unchecked. Earlier this month, Elon Musk said he sees a risk of AI going Terminator in the future, and has previously described his plan to build a sustainable colony on Mars as key to humanity's long-term survival in the event of a catastrophe. Altman also hinted at his fear while testifying before a Senate panel earlier in 2023, declaring that his worst fear is that advanced AI will cause significant harm to the world. So here we have a dude whose finger is on the pulse of whatever is going on and whatever is planned for AI. And he is saying that he is concerned that AI is going to end up being the destruction of our world. Kind of reminds me of that 1980s movie, I think it was called War Games, Shall We Play a Game, with Matthew Broderick. Thank God that one turned out okay. But it kind of gives you a foretelling of what could be going on now and what could be happening in the near future. And here's this guy who is a tech whiz who knows everything that they've got in development at this company, telling you AI is a big concern. So what are your thoughts? Do you think it is? Do you think this is something we're going to be facing? Or do you think that some wackadamia nut in another country is going to be our demise? What are your thoughts? Love to hear from you as always. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, all that good junk. And check out our community page because we do all kinds of fun stuff there every single day. Thanks very much. I'll see you again soon.